Namaste. This is Saroja Gullapalli from Melbourne, Australia. Today is Sita Jayanti, or what is called Janaki Navami, Sita Ma's birthday anniversary, which comes on Navami, the 9th day of the Shukla Paksha, the waxing phase of the moon, of Vaishakha month of the Hindu calendar. For the last 3 weeks, I have been sharing wisdom of Sita Mata through the untold story of Sita on PMC channel in all the 3 languages, English, Hindi, and Telugu. On this day of Sita Jayanti, normally married women seek their blessings and observe fasting for long life and success of their husbands, as Sita Mata was a devoted wife of Sri Rama. But as we have known, Sita Mata was more than just a devoted wife of Sri Rama. On the occasion of Janaki Navami today, Sita Mata's birthday, I would like to bring forward her universal wisdom through sharing a few qualities of Sita Mata as quoted in the book. Sita Mata's story carries the memory of a world lush with divine forces that appeared in various forms through rivers, forests, winds, and solar rays. Many ages ago, in ancient India, Sri Rama and Sita Mata came to establish the foundation for a society based on the universal principles of righteous actions, in harmony with the universal laws known as dharma. And the heart of this dharma was love. Love is what keeps the universal laws in motion. Love is what holds the magnetic and the gravitational fields of this universe together. It is the force of love that is the cause and mover of all manifestation, which will eventually transform back into the unmanifest ultimate reality. During every stage in human evolution, there have been realized beings who have manifested great love. But as humanity evolved at the end of the descending Treta Yuga, when the spiritual vision of humanity was weakening, this love needed to be made more visible by establishing dharma as the foundation of human society. It was at this time that Sri Rama and Mata Sita appeared on earth for the purpose of manifesting a complete and perfectly balanced human love. It is this love that Sri Rama and Mata Sita displayed for each other, for all the people of the kingdom, for the creatures of the forest, for all forest life, for Mother Earth herself, and even for the stars that dwell at such a distance. Together, they exemplified a complete and perfectly balanced human love. They demonstrated the possibility for humanity to realize on earth the rarefied quality of higher divine love, which is based not on emotion or self-interest, not on desire or possessiveness, but on the well-being of the whole. Only by awakening the true essence of dharma, the love that is imprinted in our nature, will we be able to realize the higher possibilities that await human life. Sita Ma is that love itself, and that love extends to all, to every creature. Increasing disturbances were observed in the rhythms of nature at that time in Treta Yuga, and only the supreme power, the divine feminine herself, could again bring balance and harmony to the natural world. Without regaining this balance, there would be much more suffering. Mata's presence was needed at that time. Hence, Janaka Maharaja of Mithila invoked her again and again in the hope that she will respond and pour her love over all the living creatures on this earth by appearing in physical form. And yes, she did. Janaka Maharaja took a vow that his daughter would belong to the earth and all of her creatures, and she belonged to all. He had not called her forth to extend his kingdom or to gain greater power or wealth, but to help and heal the natural world that was growing increasingly imbalanced. The purpose of Mata's birth was to awaken that love, the love that permeates the celestial worlds, to awaken that love on earth. And that is what she did every moment of her life. She had come to earth to rid earth of the growing negative forces that would derail all of earth's life from its destined course. On this day, let us remind ourselves of what Sita Mata stood for. Primarily, her love for nature. She taught to be respectful of the forests, not to take more than is absolutely necessary. She also taught us to give back double of what we take from nature. And so, for every tree cut down, we should plant two. We must be very sure our needs are just, and we must explain our needs and ask permission of the forest before taking anything. If we fail to consider the life in the forest, ours will not be a prosperous future. As quoted in the book, Mata once explained that it is against the laws of nature to hoard food. Nature is designed in such a way that there is enough for everyone if no one takes more than their share. It is greed that causes shortage. What happens in one part of the world affects all others. This is a little known truth. Secondly, Mata's love for Vasundharama, the earth. Vasundharama does not speak her love for us, and yet she loves us all, every creature, every plant, and even the stones, for they are all a part of her too. Mata says, look at Vasundharama, the gift she has given us. There is vital life in the soil that prevents illness, that keeps our bodies well, life that we cannot see or touch. As long as we keep our soil pure, diseases will stay away. This is the gift of Vasundharama. How little do we think of where our food comes from? How little do we appreciate this treasure that we have been given? During the 14 years exile, while Sri Rama was trying to bring some elementary governance to the communities on the way, Sita Mata was teaching them how to express gratitude towards Vasundharama, the earth. She gave them the knowledge she had gained in Mithila. After every battle, for every community that lost their leaders, their fathers and husbands, Mata would bring them food and prepare a feast, and she would help them heal. In this way, many communities were transformed all along their route. The forest communities also needed to learn to cultivate the earth. With the coming decline of forest food, cultivation was going to be essential for survival. Mata taught them knowledge of seeds and diverse foods. She taught them to read the signs of nature, the direction of the winds, the timing of the flight of birds, and so many other things. It was Mata that enabled Ravana to capture her. She knew that one of them between Sri Rama and her had to enter the heart of the Asura kingdom, and it had to be her. She accepted this responsibility willingly. Mata knew that she must face Ravana and that she must face him alone, as she is the only one who can awaken in him the love that is buried deep inside him, covered by hurt and pain and by his deceits. But that could not have happened without her consent, which she gave. Her entry into Lanka was Mata's greatest sacrifice, undertaken for the sake of us all. Mata had to enter the heart of Asura kingdom to relieve Vasundharama of the pain she was suffering. Through his actions, Ravana was embedding in the collective mind a type of behavior that did not yet exist. Someone had to stop these terrible thought forms from manifesting. Ravana was setting a course for humanity that would lead to disaster, self-destruction, and the destruction of all life. Because of his power, he was very dangerous. Only Mata herself could contain him, and that was why Mata was born on earth at that time. The world and Mata are one and the same. As Mata says to Soma once, how can I leave this world when I am the world? After Mata left her body, Sri Rama said to Soma, Mata's maid, one day, Mata is only gone if you think she's gone. Do not let your mind deceive you. If she were gone, the world would cease to be. Sometimes we humans cannot see what is right in front of us. And then Soma sees Mata stepping out from between the streams of sunlight, emerging from the earth and swaying in the gentle breezes. She was everywhere, and my dear friends, she is everywhere now. What took place so long ago in the lives of Sri Rama and Mata Sita must be understood according to the sensibilities of each era. The stories must be retold, not in a form frozen in time, but in a living form that speaks to changing human conditions. We must understand not only the outer narrative, but also the inner one, and perceive what took place on the invisible planes that drove the external action, for this is the deeper teaching. Many versions of this historical narrative focus on the outer achievements, but the true work of Sri Rama and Mata Sita was and continues to be guiding the evolution of the human mind and heart. As avatars of Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi, their main responsibility is to preserve that which has been created by aiding the unfolding of the outer and the inner worlds, preventing them from self-destructing in concert with the divine forces of creation and of transformation. Their presence, therefore, is a continuing one, whether or not in a human form. Jai Sita Ma, Jai Shri Ram. Thank you very much.